It is another great day. How's everybody doing? Today is the first video. This has been a long time coming. I've been telling myself I was going to do YouTube for a very long time. I finally saved up to buy everything I needed. The first video on the channel is going to be probably what you're going to be seeing a lot of, which is going to be some Madden rebuilds. Now, as you'll learn, the more I do these, I hate Madden, and for the most part, I can't stand EA either. But as we all know, this is the only football game we get, so might as well make the most of it. This video, I'll put timestamps on it, but a lot of you will probably fast forward the first portion. The first portion is going to be me editing the superstar abilities and the ratings because I don't agree with the Madden ones. And so the first thing I do before I always do a rebuild is I go ahead and edit those things. It's probably going to take a very long time, but there'll be timestamps in this video. You see those two leagues. I've done a couple and played around with some different abilities. Alright, so the first rebuild on the channel is going to be the Chicago Bears. They're one of the teams where they don't have just one glaring need at quarterback like some of these other teams that kind of suck are. They're a team that needs a lot of work, and so that's why I picked this rebuild a lot. It's not just super easy where you go draft a quarterback and you're all good. You have a lot to work on. So Chicago Bears, here we go. These are my league settings. It's just I'll be really bitchy about EA. I just hate that every time I do a new league, I have to restart all of my sliders. I can't just, like in 2K, you can just save your sliders and call it a day. No, you just can't do that here. You just have to do it every freaking time you want to do it. So all of this stuff, yes, we'll keep on. We'll do 11-minute quarters. This seems to be the happy medium. Accelerator clock down to 16. Full control on everything. And then turn off the annoying pop-ups. We'll leave on full roster so I don't have to go and draft a bunch of whatever it is. And then we're going to turn all those on. Switch assist doesn't actually work, so I'm going to leave that off. So our coach is going to be Hugh Jazz. It's going to be Hugh Jazz for the majority of Madden 23. He's just a great coach. Always has a locker room. Great team builder. Knows how to game plan. Just a great coach all around. I keep forgetting it's not left bumper. That's 2K, which I will also be making 2K content as well. A couple other content or other games that I will likely play are Apex, and then I just started Assassin's Creed Origins. It's my first time playing an Assassin's Creed game, so if you guys want stuff like that, I can upload that. I talk through every game I play, so if you're into that sort of thing, that's great. But yep, for now we're just gonna do Bears rebuild. We're gonna start in the preseason. Alright, so preseason week 1, new coach. I'm just gonna sim the preseason games. There won't be any gameplay until the regular season, which we're gonna go to, but we're gonna use the preseason to do all of the roster changes that I mentioned. So yeah, so how I like to do it is I like to go to NFL and then just do it by position so that I don't miss guys, because there are of course a ton of guys. So Mahomes at a 97 is fine, Allen at a 94 is fine, Burrow at a 92 is fine, Lamar at a 91 is fine, Brady at a 91 is high. The Bucs suck this year, and Brady has not been Brady. I mean, as of the day I'm recording this, it is, Monday the 12th, and yesterday, Sunday, he threw like 2 picks against the 49ers and was outplayed by the last pick in the draft, Brock Purdy. Like, not even exaggerating, he was outplayed. Madden always seems to like suck off Brady when it comes to throwing under pressure, but like he's been one of the worst quarterbacks under pressure for like the past like 4 or 5 years. So this, even if his rating is fine, I always lower this because it just doesn't make sense. We're also just gonna lower his accuracy just a little bit, just because we kind of have to lower his rating. No, that's too low. I discarded the changes, but I want him around like the mid-high 80s, like the 86, 87. That's kind of what I'm aiming for with Tom Brady. And I am going to knock him down to superstar just because he's not a top 5 quarterback this year. And I like to give it, for quarterbacks, I like to have about 5 guys with the ability. And then for other positions, it's kind of just who I think deserves it. So yeah, we'll knock Brady down. Rodgers. I'm a Packers fan. I hate saying that because I hate the franchise. It's just so frustrating. I want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers so bad, only because we drafted Jordan Love. We're not going anywhere with this team currently constructed. Might as well trade him for picks while we still can, while he still has value. But I don't really know what we're gonna do. I don't really know how to lower him. He just hasn't been playing well. I am gonna bump him down to superstar because there's a couple guys that are gonna be elevated to X Factor. So Dak, I teeter with Dak, and they just barely beat the Texans yesterday. So I'm tempted to drop him down to superstar and leave his rating the same. And I think I'm going to do that just because I'm thinking of a couple quarterbacks that have no abilities that are going to go to X Factor. I'm really thinking of one, Jalen Hurts. I always give him like a 90. He, as of today, is the betting favorite for MVP after the Eagles just murdered the Giants. Tua, I gave superstar normally, but he just bombed against the Chargers last night. He just wasn't well, so I'll just leave him at 85. Hurts, I'm going to move up to around a 90. Put him to X Factor. Kirk Cousins, I'm going to give him a superstar, even though they did just lose to the Lions, but he played well. Deshaun's fine. Kyler Murray, take away his superstar. Geno Smith goes up in ratings. Derek Carr goes down a little bit. Jimmy G's fine. Tannehill's fine. Trevor Lawrence. He has arrived, is what a lot of people are saying. Had a really, really, really good game yesterday against the Titans. Really, really good. Justin Fields, fine. Jared Goff, up in ratings. Russell Wilson, no ability, down to like a 74-ish. Stafford at 75 is fine. Jacoby Brissett down a little bit. Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, both fine. I'm thinking all of these are good, except I do want to put up Trubisky above. I want to put Trubisky above Pickett just because he's just better. And then, of course, Mike White is going to get a little boost as well, since Mike White and Brock Purdy, they're going to get boost to like the low mid 70s just because they're actually they've looked to be serviceable as of recent. So we'll start with Kyler Murray just because he's the first guy I saw with an ability that doesn't deserve an ability anymore. It's also weird that Madden, EA finally adjusted the ratings for the first time this year, or the abilities, and they bring Murray down to an 81 and keep him at a superstar, and then they bring Russell Wilson all the way down and just drop him from an X Factor to a superstar, and it's just like neither of those guys have done anything to deserve the ability, the superstar abilities. And some people might not agree with Jalen Hurts going up. I did not mean to upgrade his speed. Past an 84, but if he ends up winning MVP and then Madden has the NFL MVP at an 84 overall, that's just a bad look. He's shown no reason not to go up. He's doesn't throw picks often. He doesn't fumble the ball. That's another thing. A lot of the QBs that run, I'm going to be upgrading their carrying speed or their carrying rating, just because it's so freaking frustrating when you try to dive or slide, but the game won't let you slide, so you fumble. Or when you dive and you fumble on a dive. That really pisses me off. So a lot of the guys, but I guess I'm not really using anyone but Justin Fields, so I'll up his. I don't really care about the other quarterbacks. But anyone watching this part is probably going to go back and go, oh, you have a higher short accuracy or whatever for Jalen Hurts and Tom Brady. I don't really know. I'm more worried about the overall ratings, because how they play out in-game is based on their overall, I've learned, not actually their individual ratings. Because we'll have, I've played games where I've had to use my backup quarterback who's like a 65 overall, and he's throwing dots. Just dots. Just randomly. And it's just inconsistent. So I just like looking at the big overall number. Hurts at 88. I don't really want to move anything up. Run and gun is a stupid ability. I also changed the abilities for the guys who I give them to. Give him Escape Artist. And then he gets is Fast Break the run blocking one? Yeah, design quarterback run play. So he'll get that, and then he also needs to get the Anchored Extender where he breaks the sack. Yeah, by blitzing D-back, he's just massive. Pause. That's another thing you'll probably learn from me. I'll inadvertently say probably a ton of out-of-pocket stuff. One of the YouTubers I watch who actually kind of was one of the main reasons why I wanted to start. Is Bengal. I still watch him, and there's just compilations of Bengal saying just the most funniest and out of pocket things, and on accident and on purpose. I don't know why I'm messing with Kirk Cousin's speed, and like it's just freaking hilarious because he lets the intrusive thoughts win a ton. I don't like. Everyone likes the number 69, obviously, but I don't like 9 numbers. Like, I'd rather it be 88 or 90. Like, I don't know. It just pisses me off. I don't know. It's something about me. Kirk Cousins also. He be staying in that pocket and taking some hits. He can take some hits. I mean, an 87 field general. I'm fine with that, with the superstar ability. Let's make sure the game didn't sell him on the superstar. Yeah, 87 overall. That's exactly where I wanted him in my mind. Let's see where the game, high point dead-eye. He just doesn't break sacks, though. He should have fearless, but, like, where's fearless? I think is it even... I don't think he can get it unless he's up in a higher overall. But we'll do inside dead-eye and high point dead-eye. Why not? Rodgers, Brady, Tua, Deshaun, Kyler. Geno goes up. Yeah, so as you can see, this is going to take a really long time to do the rosters. With offensive linemen, I don't do ratings and for a couple. Like, Andrew Thomas consistently gets robbed in terms of his rating. So I always mess with Andrew Thomas's ratings. And there's a couple other guys that I just mess with because they're just simply being just robbed. And then the other ones, like, there's no stat for offensive linemen, like, other than PFF. There's no stat in Madden because they're fucking useless. So a lot of it is just guesswork because I don't, when I watch football, I don't watch the left and right tackles I don't watch the offensive line. I'm not a freaking scout. So, I mean, see, you got to do it in, how I like to do it is I like to do it in ratings. Like, the top quarterback is number 1, and then from then on it goes down. And I don't know. We're in a time right now where Geno Smith at an 87 overall makes sense, but it still looks wrong for him to be the same rating as not Aaron Rodgers, but close to the rating of Aaron Rodgers. This is one of the few players where I break my whatever the fuck it's called. What's the word I'm thinking of? My own rules. I don't know why it took me so long to think of the word rules. Where Trevor Lawrence, and it's literally just Trevor Lawrence and maybe 1 or 2 other players, where he's not in that top ratings of quarterbacks, but I give him a superstar ability just because if I don't, the game doesn't give him a dev trade upgrade by itself as the years go on. So it's just in 2 years he's a 90 overall with the star ability, and it just pisses me off if I take it away. Like I said, Justin Fields, I'll do all my player edits later. Russell Wilson, I mean, he had a really good game finally yesterday before getting a concussion. He almost beat the Chiefs, but does not give him enough to keep him at a superstar. So we're just going to lower that and then lower a couple of things, try to put him down to a 75, 72, or 74-ish. Anyone else I'm missing before I get to the guys that really suck? I know I said I was going to move Jared Goff up, so let me do that. In the Lions, the report I read said the Lions are are planning on sticking with him and not drafting a quarterback, which makes sense because they're not going to be in the top end of the draft as a lot of people predicted, because they actually have a really good shot of making the playoffs, a legit shot of making the playoffs, and so they're not going to have a top pick, which means they're not going to be able to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks, which everyone knows is C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. I am a big Ohio State fan. I was born in Columbus. My dad went there. So I eat, if someone asks me, what's your sports team? I say Ohio State. I don't say any other team. And, Ohio State Packers, it's weird, and I'm a Trailblazers fan. It's a whole different story. I'm an Ohio State fan, ride or die. They're the only team that I will never denounce, no matter what. And if I could watch one team the rest of my life, it'd be them. I say that to say I think Bryce Young is a better prospect coming into the draft. I truly do. He just need to go to the Jets and the Niners. watching C.J. Stroud play a ton, especially in that Michigan game, is what sold it for me. C.J. Stroud is, don't get me wrong, obviously he's a fantastic quarterback, a fantastic player, 2-time Heisman finalist in his first 2 years, and likely only 2 years. But I look at two different things. The first one being, his first year, he had 2 first-round receivers. 3, if you count Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was too young to declare, but who will be a first-rounder this year. He had Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, who are the number 1 and number 2 receivers in the NFL right now. Okay? And neither of them have top-end quarterbacks. That's number 1. Of course, you go to a place like Ohio State as a quarterback because of their receivers. I'm not going to hold that against them, but you have to remember. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba, who arguably was better than both of them last year, and could honestly be a better pro than them, just depending on how he recovers from not playing an entire year. But he had them, and then this year he has the best receiver in football, Marvin Harrison Jr., future first-round pick. And he didn't have Jackson Smith and Jigba, he didn't play all year, and that was really it. Watching him play, it was a lot to Marvin Harrison, which makes sense. In the game against Michigan, where Michigan game planned to stop Marvin Harrison, C.J. Stroud struggled, not mightily, but he was not the C.J. Stroud. You could tell that he was not obvious. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks are going to be like this when your number 1 option is gone and your other receivers aren't the greatest. But a number 1 overall pick at quarterback, that generational guy that everyone's like salivating over, should be able to overcome not having your number 1 receiver open every play, and he didn't. I mean, a lot of it was the play calling. I hate Ryan Day's play calling in that game. It was a lot of screens and long handoffs. I hated them. We didn't really take a lot of shots, but you could tell C.J. Stroud was not comfortable throwing to anyone other than his number 1 target, and that's alarming. He does. I mean, he does everything else right. I'm obviously not a quarterback scout or expert or anything. I never even played quarterback. But I mean, watching him play for 2 straight years, he makes not all the right reads, but he's not like one of Justin Fields' knocks coming out of college was he tends to lock onto his number 1 receiver and stare him down, and then if he's not open, he'll force it, or he'll take a sack, or he'll run when he doesn't need to and whatnot. C.J. Stroud doesn't do that. I see C.J. Stroud, like, you can see him switch from primary, secondary, tertiary, and so forth and so on, and he's not afraid to check it down either. He is more athletic than he gives himself credit for. I saw it in the Northwestern game that we almost lost because the wind was going like 40, 50 miles an hour, so we couldn't throw. We legit couldn't throw, and we're missing our top 2 running backs. But the one thing that scares me was that Michigan game where if Marvin Harrison wasn't open, he wasn't confident throwing the ball. And he has elite ball placement, but it just, I mean, you could just obviously see that he struggled. Bryce Young, on the other hand, won the Heisman last year as a freshman. Was not a finalist this year, only because Alabama was like a 3-loss team. But arguably could have been or should have been, and he's just great. Doesn't have a Marvin Harrison Jr. type guy, not even like a first round or second round receiver probably, and still was really, really good. Plus he's athletic. He fits the modern NBA a lot more. The modern NFL a lot better than C.J. Stroud because he is mobile, understands he's mobile, and isn't afraid to be mobile. So I mean, I would go with Bryce Young if whoever has the number 1 pick, which I just looked at it this morning, but I can't remember. It's the Texans, duh. If I'm the Texans and they obviously don't think Davis Mills is the future because he's been benched for 2 different guys. If I'm them, I'm taking Bryce Young with the number 1 overall pick. They still have a very solid left tackle anchor, Laramie Tunsil, who they gave up like 2 first-round picks for. Shout out to Bill O'Brien, the GOAT of ruining teams. I'm sorry, I just see they always like finesse Eckler when it comes to like catching, and it just pisses me off, guys. Whatever. Also, I hate it when guys get satellite because it's just so dumb, and I knew he was gonna get it. but it's so impossible to like get. It's like make 3 catches of 15 plus yards, 10-yard receptions, but it's like 5 of them, and like yak doesn't count, or rack doesn't count. So it's just really freaking annoying. But there's really nothing else for him except unless I give him ankle breaker, but which also is really hard to activate. But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Why is Zeke an 87? See that, like I said, I'm a big Buckeye fan, and Zeke was freaking amazing, but he hasn't played like an 80. They finally took away his ability, but he hasn't played like an 87 in 2 years. And I don't want to call myself a Cowboys hater, but if anyone watches Stephen A. Smith, Carrie, I'm not gonna mess with. If anyone watches Stephen A. Smith, they know I'm the same way. I don't hate the Cowboys or their players. I hate their fans, because I have friends and coworkers and family members that are Cowboys fans, and just hearing them say every freaking year, this is our year, and all of this, it infuriates me. And there's nothing more that I want than for them to lose year in and year out, because if they ever do win, I have to deal with all of their fans saying, I told you so, because they did. They tell me every year that this is their year. And so when it actually is their year, if that ever happens, and I just think it's one of the league's funniest stories that, Stephen A. is always right when he says this line, what can go wrong will go wrong. And it's just true. Like, everything could be online. Like, the Cowboys have the #1 pass rush in the league right now in all the PFF categories. I don't remember what they all are. But, a very amazing defense, great D coordinator, great quarterback, great running back duo, an emerging #1 receiver in CeeDee Lamb, a top 10 tight end, you could argue, a very good offensive line, even though the right tackle Steele just tore his ACL. They're getting Tyron Smith back, and Tyler Smith actually ended up being a really good pick. The solid offensive line, everything. And then something's gonna go wrong. And last year, obviously, they decided to run like a QB run with 15 seconds left or whatever it was, and then they just didn't get the snap down, or didn't get the spike or the snap off or whatever, and they lost the game. Mind you, the Niners weren't that good last year. They snuck into the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Leonard Fournette's kind of been trash. Just actually. I mean, I think he's just benched for Rashad White, so we're just going to, murk him. Damon Pierce, I turned off pre-existing injuries, so Javante's playing. Etienne, Najee Harris, really game. They're going to give him a superstar. Last year, yes. If I were to be really realistic with this, obviously these ratings would take forever 5 years and a day, but I would lower his ball carrier vision to a 60 or a 65, because he just, the Red Sea could be in front of him and he'd run into the wave. The Red Sea could be parted and he'd run into the wave. He's just watching it. There's so many videos of him stuttering and skipping around instead of taking the wide open hole, and it's kind of funny. There's a couple of guys that I do need to move, like James Robinson just doesn't play. A.J. Dillon could go up, but I just really don't feel like going through all Edwards-Helaire could be a 74 or whatever, but I'll do a couple. I just want to make sure the starters are starters. So for example, I will lower Edwards-Helaire because I think Pacheco at a 77 is perfect, and he should start over Edwards-Helaire, who has a face scan, so that's nice. I'm mad at him because I had him on my fantasy team. I was like, oh, this is a value pick. And it was. And he put up numbers the first few the first few weeks. He put up pretty solid numbers. Then he just stopped then he just stopped. So, yep, that happened. But I think I'm done with running backs. So let me go back to NFL. And we're making our way through. The first 3 take forever because of the big skill positions, and then from then on it's not that bad. Devontae at 99 is fine, Tyreek Hill at 98 is fine, Cooper, Justin, Stephon, DeAndre hasn't done it much this year, but he's still DeAndre Hopkins, McLaurin, AJ Brown, Amari is questionable, we might move him down. Jamar, Keenan, Mike Evans, we're going to take away his, leave him. I think a lot of it has to do with chemistry issues, not really regression. I don't watch the Bucks because they're boring, because they can't score. but he's not an X factor. I don't even think he's a star anymore. He does have a. I currently am in North Carolina, and so I watch a lot of Panthers games, and my family's Panthers fans, my brother, and I did see that mess that just dropped, that just wide open drop he had. But Debo, rest in peace his ankle. Chris Godwin. Look, Madden. What I'm also doing. Oh, damn it. What I'm also doing when I do these ratings is I'm thinking of the way Madden operates, because like I said, I've done rebuilds, of course, multiple times, and I have to nerf the Bucks more than any other team, because the sim wants to be kind to the Bucks and the Cowboys as well. And so I have, the Bucks are just god awful this year. So I kind of have to nerf them a little bit more than I do other teams. I think the rest of the rankings are pretty straight. Obviously, I'm not going to please everyone. A lot of you guys are probably saying, move him up, move him down, move this, move this. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown definitely deserves a boost. I think Garrett Wilson deserves a boost. He shouldn't be 3 behind Chris Olave. I would have them at dead even if I could. He has star dev. We'll leave it at star for now. I think he'll get a dev trade upgrade. A lot of rookies do. But not Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's not a rookie, but still. Really gets on my nerves, because I'm like, dude, why am I playing the Jags with Trevor Lawrence as a 97 overall and he's star dev? I don't know what I moved him up to. There's Amon-Ra. Nah, he might have moved up really high. Oh, there he is. Okay, 83. Okay, that's fine. I mean, he moved up 1 overall. But Amon-Ra definitely going to move up. Love this guy. Drafted him in fantasy. I picked him up off waivers late last year. Like after he had that like 20-something point game when he made that speech about how he remembers everyone that was taken ahead of him and all that stuff. I was like, I feel like this guy's going to be really good. And the Lions suck. And I can't name another receiver that would, start on another team on their roster. So let me go ahead and pick this guy up. And drafted him late again this year in all 3 of my leagues. He's I think he's the only player I have on all 3 of my teams. That's not disappointed. I mean, he was hurt, and then he had like 2 weeks where he put less than 10 points up. Ever since then, I think straight 15 pluses. I'd have to check, but tight ends are really easy. Travis Kelce's the only one that deserves X Factor. George Kittle this year has basically just been an honorary lineman, so I'm going to give him superstar ability, and then added his abilities and give him honorary lineman. Mark Andrews, the games he's played, he just hasn't been the Mark Andrews that, carries leagues. Also, another thing from this year, this NFL season, tight ends suck ass. Like, there are no good tight ends in fantasy, a.k.a. the league this year, except for Travis Kelce. Like, there's just none. Like, I had Gerald Everett, who was like the 9th ranked tight end, and he's averaging like 7 or 8 or 9 points. Like, he's averaging single-digit points, I'm pretty sure. And it's like, bruh, tight ends like Mark Andrews used to be freaking goated. But no. Yeah, we're going to give him like... There we go. Because that's a block shed move, so that's against the run. And then where's honorary lineman? It might only be for receivers. I know what that is. All day is like a really good one for offensive linemen, so I'm not going to give it to him. I'll give him screen protector because it's kind of pointless, but it is a blocking one. But yeah, like Kittle hasn't done shit this year in the passing game. Goddard, I had in one of my leagues, and he was actually doing really, really well before he got hurt. Darren Waller's been out for 90% of the year. We'll leave his ability just because he was playing like shit before he got hurt, so I'll take it away. But yeah, Goddard has had a really good year, minus pre-injury. I'll give him an ability, probably. Like, Kyle Pitts is hurt now, but I had him in one of my leagues too. Dog shit. And it's not that he's a bad player, it's just the game plan was not for him, and he just didn't get opportunities, but he definitely does not deserve an X Factor. Zach Ertz, Gesicki, I mean, he's overshadowed by the 2 great receivers, and then everyone else. Evan Ingram just had a massive game though for the Jags. Offensive tackles: Trent Williams, Tyron Smith, David Bakhtiari, Teron Armstead, Army Tunzel, Ronnie Staley, Andrew Thomas. There we go. I always look for Andrew Thomas because, like I said, his rating is just robbed. He should be up. He should be in the mid 90s at least with the superstar ability. This dude has been phenomenal, and one of the best things to do is upgrade their agility, their strength, and then their awareness, and then we go to the block stuff, which I should have gone from the top to the bottom. Impact blocking, lead block, run block, where's pass block? Like this dude's he's just him. There we go, 93. Perfect. Guards, yeah, I don't really touch these. I try to do abilities for them, but like I said, I don't pay attention to offensive linemen. Zach Martin, Corey Chris Lynch, Jamai Taylor, Sheriff, Chuck Mason, and the right tackle, Lane Johnson, Tristan Norris. Okay, that's all good. I think it's all good. Left ends, I hate Madden for this reason as well. Give us a freaking edge position. I hate it when I'm using the Steelers, and TJ Watt's listed as left outside linebacker, and I want him rushing every play, of course, and then 90% of the scheme or 90% of the plays that I can call, he's freaking dropping back in coverage, and I'm like, this is just great. Thank you, game. But D-Law, Cam Jordan, Brian Burns, Chase Young, Greg Rousseau. Okay, that's all good. We can take away J.J. Watt's ability. I love J.J. Watt as a person. Never met him, but I follow him on Twitter. He's a great guy. I don't know if he's gotten hurt this year because he gets hurt a ton, or if he just hasn't done much. And also could because the Cardinals are kind of trash. I just haven't heard a lot from him. Myles Garrett, obviously. Aaron Donald, who I know is hurt. Nick Bosa, Von Miller, who obviously is hurt. Cameron Hayward, Jeff Simmons, Trey Hendrickson. It pisses me off that he's normal dev. It really does, because he finished top 5 in sacks in the league when he was with the Saints. I'm pretty sure. I know he had double digits. He's a very, very good pass rusher. Star is the least you could do. D tackles: Chris Jones, Josh Allen. Okay, Dexter Lawrence. They gave him a massive rating boost and was like, yeah, we're gonna leave him at star dev. No. This guy has been killing it. Yeah. Quentin Williams, Vita Vey, DJ Reader, Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner. I know he's been hurt, but I don't know if he's been hurt. I just saw the injury there. I have no idea. It's just he's a Colts player, and they suck. They're literally they're just absolute dog water. So I'm just gonna take it away just because. Where is Jordan Davis? Okay. This is one of the most insane stats I've ever seen for a rookie. When he's healthy and on the field, are you ready for this? I don't think you are. The Eagles have the 4th best rush defense, okay? Great, right? The games he's missed, the Eagles are 26th against the rush. Not even joking. This dude moves him up 22 spots when he's on the field against the run by himself. It's not just, when Jordan Davis and what's his name. It's when Jordan Davis is on the field, they are 4th against the run. When he's not on the field, they are 26th. That guy is a freaking monster. TJ Watt, Max Crosby, Joey Bosa, Judon, X Factor, leads the league in sacks. As of last week, I don't know what it is now this week. Obviously, he hasn't played yet. He plays tonight against a team that I really don't know. But I don't. One of my best friends is a Patriots fan. Sean Gary, yeah, I got hurt. Shaq Leonard hasn't played all year. Danielle Hunter, Hassan Reddick. And I know I'm being very consistent with these. Guys haven't played all year, keep it and whatnot. But I'm just getting tired of doing this shit because I shouldn't have to. Because, this should be EA's job. They just suck at it. I try to just get the gist of it. Shaquille Leonard, when he does play, is one of the best linebackers in the league. The one thing I will make sure he has is the strip abilities. Okay, yeah, strip specialist. Just because he always leads the league. He leads the league in forced fumbles every year. So, Fred Warner, Levante David, Demario Davis. This is where I do my work. Roquan Smith got it. Eric Kendricks got it. Good. I always give those two guys. Bobby Wagner lost it. Tremaine Edmonds, I give a superstar because the Bills' defense always sucks in the sim, and so I kind of have to boost their linebackers. I also give Matt Milano an X Factor. I think I'm just going to give him superstar this time, though, but he's one of the best linebackers in the league. Everyone else is good. Miles Jack, I'm sorry, he just does not deserve a superstar. He's also an 83 overall, so I don't get that. He got traded for a bag of chips. Micah Parsons, Khalil Mack, Zadarius Smith, Matt Milano. There we go. He's getting a rating boost. I have him at like a 90 or an 88 because he's just one of the best all-around linebackers. He's a very solid pass rusher. He's a very, very, very good pass coverage guy, and he can stop the run. He has great awareness. Just an all-around guy. Play recognition. Good tackling. He can hit. He can shed blocks. Not that high. Like 82. Good pursuit. Good zone coverage. Decent man coverage. Just a great all-around linebacker. Okay, 91's a little high. Not even going to lie to you. And I know what I need to lower. I need to lower his zone coverage because an 80 zone coverage is OD. Like, actually. Maybe like a 74 and a 69. Need to get that 69 off the screen before it pisses me off. Okay, 90 overall. Wow. Still great. Okay. Logan Wilson. Yeah, I'm glad he's getting recognition. Whew. Alright, now we're getting close. Ramsey, Darius Slay, and, Ian did a lot of this for me. Because Darius Slay used to be a star. And like an 85 overall. T. White, Jair, Denzel Ward, Marshawn Lattimore, Gilmore, Xavier, Pat Surtain, Terrell, Trayvon Diggs, Kendall Full. Okay. I think the only one I need to move up is Sauce's man coverage, and then being from Carolina, everyone, any Panthers fans are probably screaming, "Move up, J.C. Horn! Move up, J.C." Okay, he's definitely an X factor, but I'm not gonna move up J.C. Horn because I know he just had 2 picks against the Seahawks, but let's wait till he plays 8 games first, guys. I don't even know how many he's played now, but let's pump the brakes on him real quick. He's getting overshadowed by Pat Surtain still, because they were in the same draft, and I think he went first. JC did. Who's the other dude I needed to move? Reek. I don't know if I already passed him because I forgot. Let me go to. God, that's just disrespectful if you ask me. I'm gonna leave him at a star dev. But I surely am gonna move him up from a 79. Like, what are we doing? Game? That was rude. Thank you. 82 is a lot better. And yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should be up there with Thoth." Shut up. No. You shouldn't. Oh, I didn't even know I could look at that. That's kind of cool. I thought I broke the game. Okay. So, corners, we kind of just did the rough thing. They're actually pretty good. Safeties, no free safety as an X factor. And then superstar, strong safety. All seems well. As you see, I got really kind of just tired of doing this shit for like the 8th time at the end. So kind of just sped through it. But, yeah, we have our ratings almost. I need to make one more rating change, and that is to Justin Fields' carrying, because I've used Justin Fields before, and he's one of the quarterbacks that fumbles every time he gets hit if you don't slide, and it's just like, why are we doing this? He also is just not as athletic in the game as he is in real life. Like, his break sack is really low. Yeah, his carrying's at 59. Like, what? I need to do his break sack. Oh, okay. It's already high. What is he up to? He shouldn't be above an 80. Okay, 79. Perfect. Alright, so this is our roster to start off the rebuild. I'm going to try to do it as realistic as possible. My phone just buzzed, and that means there's something big that happened. Cade Cunningham is out for the year with shin surgery. I've never heard of that. So, yeah, okay. We'll get to the NBA in another series. But here is the offensive line. So, I think this is Ben Jones. No, that's a center. This is Braxton Jones at left tackle, 23-year-old rookie, 73 overall, normal dev. Cody White here, our best offensive lineman. He's a little bit older. He's 30 years old. Sam Mustipher, he's been absolute dog water this year. He's been just shit. 3-year player, 68 overall, normal dev. Tevin Jenkins, who they drafted to be their left tackle, but he's just too slow and not athletic enough to be a left tackle. So, he's playing right guard. And then they have Riley Reef at right tackle, which is just... I believe he played for the Vikings, and he was like really, really bad. Cole Kmet, solid tight end, star dev. Justin Fields, the guy we're going to roll with the rest of the year with Tim Boyle and Nathan Peterman. David Montgomery, along with Khalil Herbert, who is hurt. And then Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, who is hurt. Pettis and Pringle definitely need to get some receivers. That's really bad. On the defensive side, they traded away their best defensive player with Roquan Smith, as we all know. They have Trevis Gibson, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Mike Pennell, Justin Jones. Yeah, I think that's Mike Pennell as well. I hate it. Why does it go back to offense? Whoever that is. Jalen Johnson, I believe he's a rookie, second-year player. Their rookie is their safety, Jaquan Brisker. That was their rookie. And then Kendall Gordon and Kyle Vildor, maybe. I hate clicking on their names because then I have to go back to offense. Yeah, Kendall and I think it's like Kyle. Okay, and then Jack Sanborn, Nicholas Morrow, I believe that's Joe Thomas. At linebackers, definitely keys improvements there. Eddie Jackson is our free safety, but he is hurt. And in special teams, I think they finally found a decent kicker. Yeah, Cairo Santos, Trenton Gill is the punter. And then over here, we're going to make sure. Alright, so that's the roster. To kind of give you the plan, depending on this draft class, I'm not going to do the current draft class because it's cheating. I think the first unit I'm going to focus on in free agency is the offensive line. Mainly just trying to get a staple at one of the tackle positions, and I'll worry about the other ones later. And then in the draft, I want to target receivers. I want to get a true number one receiver, a generational receiver. I will be willing to trade up for a receiver if I need to, if there is one. If this is a wide receiver class, obviously. And then in free agency on the defense, I definitely want to target a pass rusher. This is for the free agency and draft. Pass rusher is our number one priority on the defensive side of the ball. We could use a lot of help in a lot of places, but I think the secondary is decent enough to where it's not a huge focus. And then linebackers, they're very important positions, but they're one of those that's really hard to find a guy. So maybe target in the second or third round. But we really need to get that generational pass rusher because pass rush is easily the most important position on the defensive side of the ball. They are the one position that can completely wreck a game. So I definitely want to focus on that. And then special teams, obviously, we'll worry about. But yeah, like I said, today there will be gameplay. This is already a really long video, as you would expect. I'm at the 45-minute mark right now, but some of you probably skipped about 25 minutes of the episode because it was just ratings stuff, which is perfectly fine. So week 1, we're playing San Francisco, in Chicago, to go against that amazing defensive line. We're gonna just go for. I'm bipolar when it comes to gameplay for the Bears, or not for the Bears, just for Madden in general. Like sometimes I'm actually really good, and sometimes I'm just trash. So I'm just gonna, go for 4 wins to be conservative. So we're doing the computer-generated draft class. This episode I won't focus too much on the prospects because it's week 1 and this video is already really long. But we can see that there's a linebacker, a D-tackle, a right end, and a right outside linebacker in the top 5. There is a tackle here at number 7. So we'll look at that. But how I like to do my scouts, I don't know if this is how I do them, but I fire all of them first. And some of them end up getting rehired because I don't really look at their specialties or anything. But I fire all of them first. and then I do the national ones first. So that I look for a guy I want wide receiver is going to be my number one pick, my first overall pick, my round one pick, I should say. So I want one that has position expertise in my receiver, and then preferably an offensive line or pass rusher, if I can find. So right here, receiver corner, receiver tight end, receiver quarterback, and then we're in the 2 stars. So we'll do receiver corner, receiver safety. We'll do receiver safety. Actually, no, we'll do the one that I had receiver first, yeah. So we'll hire this guy. He's going to be our national because he's 3 stars. Okay, then we go to the 2 stars. And I want offensive line and defensive line right here. Perfect. And I'm pretty sure I get another 2 star and then 3 1 stars. And we want this to be linebacker, or we'll do offensive line and interior offensive line. Welcome, Joe Thomas. And then we do the 1 stars. So we'll do linebacker, or all the linebacking positions. Then we'll do middle linebacker and running back. And then we'll do offensive tackle and defensive tackle. Boom. So all the scouts are hired. Once this, like I said, next episode we'll focus more on the draft. But opening day keys here. It's opening day this week and a fresh start for every team around the league, and you'll be facing the Niners. What is the key to victory? I'm going to say our dominating offense. I'm going to say the running game. I don't know why Siri just activated. I couldn't tell you why. Beat the 49ers, rush 150 yards, focus off the game plan on rushing, help achieve your goal, obviously. For now, I'm going to leave the coordinators. There's a good chance that they'll be changed before the halfway point in the season if things aren't going well. If I don't like the plays either. So, Riley Reef, we're just going to go pass protector. He is our right tackle. So, get that up. Get up his pass block and pass block power. Larry Broom doesn't play. Borum, I can't read. Dyslexic. And then Alex Leatherwood, former first-round pick of the Raiders, if I remember correctly. Got released, and then they released Jonathan Abram and Damon Arnett, and then Henry Ruggs. Like the Raiders drafting just has been terrible. But we have 16 staff points. There's a little Raiders caught a stray. But only one we're going to focus on right now is team building, and then our coach, because like I said, the coordinators might not be here too long. We'll do hands-on defense because I think defense wins championships. We can do both sides for the coach. I forgot. As soon as this, also another thing here about Madden, why is everything so slow when it comes to move? We're not going to win by 17. What I will say is no win turnover battle. I don't think we're not going to get sacked. We want at least 300 offensive yards, and we want to allow 24 points or less. We are not allowing 10 points or less. And then we want 200 rushing yards. I think that's what we're going to do. We are literally just going to run the ball. Right? It's going to be runs, QB options, or RPOs. What is it called? Read option. I don't know why I was blanking on it. We're just going to be running a ton of those. So, yeah. We have McCaffrey to worry about. We'll do defend outside run. It's the first week, so I want all the starters on full pads. They should be 100%. And then, no, we want to run it inside with David Montgomery. And sorry, the same for that. I do want to be able to unlock those extra focus players and be able to pick my focus players, but we have to upgrade our coach a ton before then. So, let's make sure there's no injuries on the offense. Okay, or on the defense. Crookshank has a shoulder strain. I think just plays special teams, so it's fine. And then no offensive injuries, so we'll be pretty healthy. We'll be fully healthy except for one guy. Got a couple player upgrades before this game starts. Our fullback Blossom game. I don't know why they still have separate fullback upgrades. They should just give them running back upgrades or tight end upgrades. Taco Charlton, and then we'll just do Kendall Vildor, because he actually plays. And we'll auto upgrade the rest. Alright, so we'll be wearing our default uniforms, and yeah. So, with this being my first video, the editing might be a little rough for the gameplay. I'll, tweak it out and improve as we go. But, here we go. Hugh Jazz walking onto the field for his first game. We have a healthy Jimmy G, because I forgot I turned off pre-existing injuries, which is fine. But Justin Fields, I'm going to pray for you right now. We should all pray for him as he's going against these Niners defensive line. Lord Jesus, please just protect Justin Fields. Keep him safe, keep him healthy, keep him upright. Just be with him, because it's going to be rough. Amen. As we get ready to jump out the tunnel, we can see our backup quarterback Tim Boyle there, and Justin Fields takes the field. That's going to get annoying. And here we go. Kickoff week, of course, David Montgomery is throwing passes, because why not? We can see our rush offense from, I want to say, last year. Yep, that would make the most sense. Justin Fields talking it up with his new coach, Hugh Jazz. And then we have George Kittle on the other side, the honorary lineman. You can see their passing offense. Let's skip the rest of that. And we are going to receive to start the new year. I'm leaving it muted. I can't get copyrighted for the commentators, but I'd rather play in silence than listen to Charles Davis and Brendan Gaudin, so we'll leave them off. But Pettis gets the return, kicks out to about the 22, and Justin Fields will trot onto the field. God, that's going to be really annoying to say for the whole series. You can see his ratings. That's right, it does not show me last year's stats, because why would I want to see those? First thing we're going to do, we're just going to put the clock to chew, put the speed to chew clock, because we're going to be just running the ball here. Wow. They have all their guys down on the line, and first run, this will be no gain. Nice. Run it again. I didn't have them all on the line. I know football. It's not what I meant to say. You see Jimmy Ward coming down. He's just going to blitz. Safety blitz. Yep, there he goes. I'm going to run to the opposite side. Kind of bad vision by me. Had a hole, just missed it. 2 runs, 2 yards, third down. Just try to avoid a 3 and out, obviously, but, what are you going to do here? We're going to check it down to David Montgomery, because we got hit, and I didn't like Chase Claypool over the middle. He's going to get 5, 4th and 3. Going to punt. Great start. Probably going to see a lot of that throughout the year. Jimmy G takes the field. And, I have Heat Seeker on, but that still happens, so that's great. He's going to have a completion for 9 yards. We're going to be running a ton of zone, because man is terrible in this version of Madden. So, yep. Yeah, 2nd and 1 here. He's going to run a motion with Debo. He's going to give it to Debo. We're going to actually get there with Andrew Thomas. Give him a short gain, 2 yards. I'm going to try to keep it on coach suggestions to make it more realistic with coordinators and whatnot. Obviously, if I'm going to go for it and the computers want me to, I'll pick my own plays. Why is it a read option with Jimmy G? Pop him, please. So Jimmy G rushes for 8 yards. Nice. Okay, they have McCaffrey and Debo in the back. That's just scary. We're going to set them to contain. That's pretty decent coverage there. It's going to be a first down, but again, it's only 3, so 3rd and 14. Jimmy G is now 3 for 3 for 14 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Fildor got there just a tad late. And Jimmy G's going to keep it again, and he's going to get popped again, but not fumble the ball. That was our corner, Jalen Johnson. Best see if we can get off the field on 3rd down. We're going to go on a big nickel and show blitz. I don't want to guess run up the middle just because. If it's not. Okay, and they're going to give it to McCaffrey, and he's going to have a big hole. Oh, and Jalen Johnson's able to trip him up at the last second. A nice gain there from McCaffrey, though. Alright, so we were unable to get off the field, obviously, and it's just, it's going to be how it is. Gosh, I hate this playbook. It's so freaking annoying. Alright, so they scored. Thought I had a little bit more, I thought I had a chance to break that, but, no, I'll take that return. Why is Nick Bosa not an X Factor? They're playing press, so we have one-on-one on the outsides. We're going to throw it up to Claypool. Hope he makes a play and incomplete. It's great. If we have enough protection here, Kmet or Claypool always get open on this play. And it's going to be Claypool. And we don't have the protection to get it there in time. We are completely outmatched here. And we almost got the sack. We had actually really, really good coverage. Able to get pressure on Jimmy G. And get a hit on him, force him to throw away. And they're going to go back to pass again on 2nd and 10. Good tackle. It's going to be a gain of 3 here. 3rd and 7. Alright, this is easy money. Bend, don't break. Put him in a hard flat over on the left side so you can get the sticks and not roam too far back. I know this play. If we can get pressure, that'd be great. We forced the check down. Jalen Johnson had to make the tackle, and he just took a very bad angle. And they're going to hand it to McCaffrey, and we're going to get stuck on that block and miss like 5 tackles. And Gordon's going to get him down. This is rough. This is really, really rough for our defense. It doesn't help that our offense can't get a first down either. I don't really know what to do here. We can't stop the... Not this again. Oh my gosh, thank you. Justin Jones gets hurt. And he's actually a pretty solid player in this game. I'm going to switch to man here. I don't ever run man. Oh my goodness. Jimmy G just ran it in on a read option. Rough start though. 2 drives, no first downs, 2 punts, and Niners have 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. We go down 14-0. Pretty good return though. The end zone of 24. I'll take that. We're going to throw on first down this time. We have 9 total yards, so they're 128. And, I know what I need to do. And it needs to be a ton of quick, short throws because we don't have the offensive line skill to give us long throws. So it needs to be a this game offensively has to be West Coast. Or I have to take unnecessarily deep dropbacks like the one I just took. Alright, we're going to find Griffin there, just go possession. Like I said, quick throws, finally get a read option. If he collapses to Buckeyes, he does. And Fields just isn't fast enough to get away from... I don't know who that is. He slows us down. Fred Warner cleans it up. We're going to hit 3rd and 5. Not what we wanted. And Claypool makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and gets enough for the first down. If he didn't, we would have gone for it. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So, moving up, got 21 yards on this drive so far. Yeah, gonna run it here. It's just every time I call a run play, I just don't like the look we're getting, and that goes nowhere. Fred Warner fills the hole immediately, and on top of that, I'm mixing up who 91 is. Is it Armstead or Greenlaw? I don't know, but whoever it was, shed the block instantly, and we get nothing. Finally, we get some positive rushing yards with David Montgomery, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 here. Pettis has a free release. We're going to send him on a go and just try to get it to him quickly. And we do. Good heads-up play by Justin Fields, realizing they're in a zone. No one's on Pettis. Free release. Only need a couple yards. Get into him quickly. Alright, it looks like they're in man here, which means we should have the slant open. It's a good throw by Justin Fields right into Claypool. I do not like this play because of the number 1 option is the fade, and there is a safety back there, but we're going to run it anyway. And move around with Justin Fields. And he just can't. He can't outrun Nick Bosa. He's only going to get 3 yards there. 2nd and 7 here after the scramble. Fields up to the line. Give it to Montgomery, who's going to get pushed forward for almost a first down. 3rd and inches here. We're gonna audible up to an inside run. I could throw the screen, but I'm not going to because this seems like a guarantee. Yep. And Montgomery will fall forward for a first down. We are doing exactly what we're going to do. We're keeping the ball, and we're moving the ball down the field. And we're going to have Claypool open in the corner of the end zone. He makes a great catch, keeps the feet in bounds. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, Chase Claypool. Kittle makes the catch, breaks the tackle. I think it's popped by Morrow. Gain of 6 yards. Right man here. I don't like it when these two are in the backfield. I really don't. And Kittle's gonna make the catch. 1st and 10 here. We need to get off the field, obviously. And we get a sack. I told you, Justin Jones is really good in this game. That's a sack for Justin Jones. Now, it's definitely a coverage sack, and it's definitely Madden's fault because McCaffrey got stuck in the offensive line and couldn't run his route. He was the check down. But, hey, a sack's a sack. 2nd and 20 here. Now, this is our drive to get off the field. And Ayuk makes the catch. It's a gain of 7. It's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and long. We can go ahead and play soft. Okay, we'll leave him. Oh, my. Oh, thank goodness Jimmy G was off target because he was wide open down the middle of the field. Justin Fields back on the field. Went 6 for 6 for 61 yards last drive. In case y'all didn't know how to read. We're going to start off with the read option here. I'm reading 56, 59. I don't know the Niners players by numbers. I'm sorry. And we get a good block. And we're down the field. There we go. That's what we like to see. Gain of 24 there for Justin Fields. We got a really good block from, I want to say that was our left tackle. The rookie. And give it to Montgomery up the middle. And he's going to get pushed forward. Okay, and it's going to be gain of 4. 2nd and 6. We're just going to lob it up for Darnell Mooney. And it's just going to be out of reach. I felt the pressure coming. I knew I had to get rid of the ball. He wasn't open. No one was open. But better than taking a sack. We're going to try to hit Claypool, and he drops it. If I really wanted to go for it, I would have run it on 3rd down to make it a 4th and manageable. But I didn't. So we're going to angle this one. Hopefully we get a good bounce. We do, and it's going to be bounced inside the 5. There we go, down at the 4-yard line. Great punt there by Trenton Gill. And it looks like they are going to run the ball. We're going to bring our secondary players down. And they didn't. Jimmy G out of the pocket. And he's going to throw it away. 2nd and 10 here from the 4-yard line. Jimmy G back to pass again. I read that route. I was just way too shallow. Way too under. That's on me. That's again a 23. That's going to take us a 2-minute warning. Here we go. 1st and 10 here from the 27. Jimmy G back to pass, and he's going to throw this one away. Our coverage. I don't want to jinx it, but been doing a lot better in coverage this past 2 series. It also helps that there's no threat to run the ball. And Jones is going to get to him again, but he does get that ball out. But Justin Jones so far with a sack and a QB hit. Just go ahead and protect the sticks. It's 3rd down. And they're going to run it, so we force us to use time out. Making stop. There we go. Okay, 2 timeouts. We should be able to get 3 off this drive. Take off true clock. Let's see where we're looking. There's only 1 safety. I'm expecting a little bit of pressure. They bring 4. No one's open. Get hit as we throw again. Hit as we throw again. Okay, they're bringing the guys up. I see double mug look, which means it's either a blitz or it's a zone. And it is a zone. We're going to hit Cole Kmet here. He's bigger than him. He just didn't hold on to the ball. That's going to go down as another drop. It's like the 3rd drop in the past 2 series. You know, it's tough. It's tough when you have no one to throw it to. We're going to try to hit Darnell Mooney. And we do. That's going to keep the drive alive. Let's go hurry up. Not going to use a timeout yet. We cannot go play action against this defensive line, especially with there's no threat to run. We're going to find Griffin there. We don't need to see the replay game. All right, going to go hurry up again. Byron Pringle flashes open over the middle of the field, and he makes a guy miss, gets all the way down to the 22-yard line, and we're going to call a timeout there. There we go. We are on the move now, wheeling and dealing with Justin Fields. The chance here to tie the game. 1 timeout left, 44 seconds. We have this route from this kind of shallow post from Cole Kmet, but we're going to have Byron Pringle again, and it's just a shit throw by Justin Fields. It's going to get picked off in the middle of the field by Fred Warner. Part of that's on me. Byron Pringle was not open. The other part is just on a bad throw by Justin Fields. He overshot him. Even if he was open, it was still overthrown. I don't know why I'm in man here. And wow. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. Deebo Samuel just picked up Joe Thomas and threw him to the ground. That was impressive. They already have 103 rushing yards. And they start off with a handoff to McCaffrey, who will get nothing. Good stop. He's still averaging whatever 75 divided by 5 is. 20-something yards per carry. I don't really know. We don't talk about it. And Jimmy G's going to keep it again. Can he fumble, please? He's been popped 3 times. Jimmy G has 4 rushes for 23 yards and a touchdown. Like, I'm sorry. What? I don't really know. Like, I don't want to go contain against Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, that's good. I'm happy with that. Jake Brindle, one of the guards, is going to be hurt, but he's having a nice conversation. It's going to be an empty backfield. Let's pass here. 2nd and 7. We have Deebo covered. He's going to go deep. Jimmy G's going to go deep to McCaffrey. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kind of in double coverage there at the last second. Doesn't matter to me. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 here. Let's get off the field again, defense. Okay. Maybe he's going to just check it down. We're going to go help with tackle. Good thing we came over. Good tackle there by Joe Thomas to pick it up. So Justin Fields back on the field after, leading his team down the field and throwing a pick there in field goal range on the last drive. So that kind of stung, but he's back out here. You have Pringle, and we just missed him. That route took way too long to develop for the offensive line to hold. 2nd and 10 here. We got to get the run game with David Montgomery going. And we're going to get, 2 there? It's going to be 3rd and 7 here. It's just not looking good. I'm going to try to hit Cole Kmet, but we're gonna settle for Griffin here. He's going to make the catch, turn up field, and get a 1st down, baby. I feel like we have to stick with the trend here of... Oh, shoot. I forgot that it was an RPO, and when I didn't throw the ball, or when I didn't give it a handoff, it became a pass. My bad. We ended up getting 4 out of it. Justin Fields made the best out of it. 3rd and 6 here. Throw it upfield, and it's going to get picked off. That was just a perfect read. And we give the ball to them in good field position, which is just not what we needed. Justin Fields with 2 picks. That one being 100% my fault. I just made the wrong read. The first one, it was just a bad throw. And McCaffrey's just going to make us miss, break a tackle somehow. I don't know. 8 rushes, 100 yards. That's just shameful for our defense. As we can see, we can see our big hole. It's going to be on the defensive line. And the fact that the linebackers can't clean anything up. Oh my sweet Jesus. Jimmy G has 2 rushing touchdowns. I can't with this game. It's just so frustrating. But, it is Madden, so. And, I predicted that we were going to get railed. I didn't think our rush defense would be this bad, but, it is. Oh, we actually have a pretty good hole. Montgomery up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Nice run of 19 yards. And, of course, one good thing happens, followed by another bad one. Our right guard, Tevin Jenkins, gets hurt. Don't want to see that. Empty backfield here. I'm already nervous. They're bringing 6. So we're gonna ditch the ball to Pringle, who makes a guy miss. So 1st and 10 here from the 32-yard line. Run to Montgomery. Gets a hole, gets a block from the fullback Blossom game, and that's a nice gain of 7. Okay. We're starting to... Our running game is starting to go, hey, we're going to get you more than 2 yards per carry. Right up the middle. Good block there by our backup right guard. And that's going to be another first down. All right. This is what we like to see. Just going to take the easy completion of Pringle. He's going to turn it upfield and get down to the 2-yard line. Here we go. Here we go. Going to run read option here. I'm not liking this. He's going to have to collapse hard for us to hand it off. For us to keep it. And he's going to go. And Montgomery going to walk into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Chicago. It'd be great if McCaffrey didn't have 100 rush yards on 8 carries, but, it is what it is. Jimmy G hasn't done much throwing the ball, but, he has 2 rushing touchdowns, so there's that. I don't like when they're both in the backfield. I feel like just something crazy is going to happen. And they give it to Debo, and we are able to get off of that block and stop him for a gain of 2. That is a good first down play by this defense. I read that too. The play design was just meant to bust that zone. 9 here. Second down's where we struggled most of the game. Oh, that is play action. And that's going to be picked off by Hicks. There's the turnover. He's going to get a block. He's going to turn the corner. Jimmy G is going to... Jimmy G is going to end up stopping at the 46-yard line. Great coverage by us. Forces Jimmy G to make a bad decision. Hicks had his back turned. He got a little late start, but he got there in time. Got the pick. Has a really nice return. And we are back in business and ready to tie this game up. We're going to keep it here with Justin Fields. Makes a guy miss. And then gets hit by Fred Warner. 6 yards on that run. Keep it going. And that one, not so good. No gain on the play. It's going to bring us to 3rd and 4. I am not going... I would go empty backfield, but not that play. I'm thinking Cole Kmet right here. It looks like a zone. Yep. And Jimmy Ward makes the tackle. I believe that was a man coverage, but... Yeah. We're going to do another read option, and Montgomery's going to get 2 there. It's going to be 3rd and 8. This is where we miss Khalil Herbert. That's a bad throw. I was about to say that might be a pick. I threw it way too late, but I didn't like... just a bad throw. Bad decision. Had plenty of better options. But Santos on to put up 3. Hopefully it almost gets blocked, but it's good. Right down the middle. Alright, here we go. Big series here for our defense. We're going to give it to McCaffrey to start off. That's a great tackle. Great tackle for a gain of 4. That was Nicholas Morrow. Where's Sanborn? I thought he was playing. Another run, this one by Debo. He's going to get the blocks. And Hicks makes a touchdown-saving tackle. That is a big tackle. He was there. He had nothing but daylight in front of him. Hicks is definitely showing why he should be getting minutes. He has a pick and 3 tackles so far. And they're going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And Jalen Johnson's going to come up and make the stop for gain of 3. Tough ask for a corner to tackle McCaffrey in space, but he did it there. Great job. 2nd and 7 here. Jimmy G back to pass. And he's going to be tackled immediately by, I believe that was Vildor. Yep. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Defense is looking pretty good again. If we can get off the field here, that'd be even better. It's kind of a... Okay, we got that. Jimmy G's going to step up. And he's going to slide before the line. That's a dub for us. Not a good start. Probably should have thrown the ball there on 2nd down. They're bringing it down the linebacker. It looks like a 5-man rush, which means we might have to ditch it to Montgomery pretty quickly, and we do. And he doesn't even catch the ball. I didn't even look at the other routes. As soon as I saw it was a 5-man rush, I knew someone was getting beat. And, oh my, I can't even see the freaking kick meter. What the hell is that? That's so dumb. I couldn't see the kick meter. It was off my screen. That punt honestly hurts a ton. Because if they get a touchdown here, the game's almost over. Oh my gosh, Jimmy G running the ball again. Oh my, he breaks a tackle. There's no way. He won't fumble the ball. How will he not fumble the ball? It's like the fourth hit stick we've laid on him. And he has not even... What? It just makes no sense. It just... I'm sorry, it just makes no sense. We're going to look at his carrying rating. Not again. Some bullshit. Please run it. Oh my... Yep, that's right. No, that's going to be game. That's probably going to ice the game. Thanks to that stupid punt. Pringle's going to have a free release. You know what that means. And, okay. Yeah, I should have read that better. Actually, I did read it better. I just thought we could get it there. This looks like man coverage with Fred Warner on Chase Claypool, but they do have two high safeties. It is not. It's going to be zone, and we're going to have Claypool, and he's going to get out of bounds. Dub. So, pretty good game from Chase Claypool, actually. Darnell Mooney gets the feet down. Good pitch and catch. Darnell Mooney is fast. He is fast. Fred Warner overcommitted on the short route. Of course, we're looking at all of the sideline routes. We had Cole Kmet open, and we just get hit as we throw. It's happened so often in this game where we have an open player, but we can't get it to him accurately because we get railed. I don't like this bench play. But, we're going to hit Mooney because he has the speed. He does not get out of bounds, though. It's a gain of 5. Not bad, all things considered. We're going to run this weird-looking play. Hopefully we have enough time for Pringle to run his double move. We don't. We hit Claypool, who's wide open over the middle. Going to go in the hurry up once again. We cannot use a timeout here because we have to use all the timeouts to get the ball back. Oh, he's open. He's open. That's a touchdown if we have time. This drive is taking way longer than we need it to take for us to be in this game. We're going to have to throw it up to Pringle on Travarius Ward, who can't make the catch. We had to throw it up. We're under pressure. We cannot take a sack. That's the last thing we can do other than turn the ball over. Got to get a first down here. Or got to at least, be cognizant of the first down. I tried to throw it up, and it didn't. I tried to throw it so we faded back, but... Dre Greenlaw gets the pick, and that's going to end the game. I'm not even going to worry about using the timeouts. Oh my gosh. There's only 2 people in the world that this would happen to. I'm willing to bet. That is the first game of the series. What really killed us was that interception in the second quarter, and then the freaking Madden being retarded on the punt, and I couldn't punt the ball. That was really, really annoying. And also the fact that Jimmy G had 2 rushing touchdowns. He only had 124 passing yards and no touchdowns. Justin Fields, 3 picks, not what you want to see. Montgomery, pretty good. McCaffrey owns us. I think he's been in the league longer than 5 years. Receiving, Claypool, yeah, and McCaffrey. And then, it was just, we got sacked. We didn't get sacked. Wow, I did get the ball out. I was aware and got the ball out quick as often as possible. But we didn't get sacked, so that's a bonus. It was just a rough game. Rough all around. The 3 picks definitely didn't help. I take responsibility for 2 of them. But we did get 300 plus offensive yards. How did we not? We didn't win the turnover by because of 3 picks. That's right. We just didn't allow a sack. We didn't allow 24 points to us, obviously, either. But yeah, rough first game. Let's go talk to the press about our key to victory, which we didn't get a victory, so there was no key to victory. Oh, it's David Montgomery. I'm not sure you can do it. It's only 1 game. We got to feed things out. Be in the win column soon enough. I mean, you don't need to overreact. We're just the only one. We do have a new injury. Is it Justin Jones? No, it's Tevin Jenkins with the torn labrum. Out 5 weeks. I would put him on IR, but Madden refuses to let me take people off IR after 4 weeks, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, just wasn't a good showing. So I guess we're the only two to play. Yeah, we are. We have to be, because all the rankings are 31, 32, and 31, and 1 and 2. So rough week 1. We played Green Bay in week 2. So I like to look at the rankings at the bottom. So we have this 27th ranked scoring offense after 1 week, 18 in the pass, 18 in the rush. Okay. 24th in points allowed, but second in the pass yards, dead last in rush yards, as expected. Offensive rank is 19. Defensive rank is 19. Their defensive rank is 21. Offense is 15. So 19 and 19 right there. There's 32 teams in the NFL, so 16 is the middle. So not too far from just average. Justin Jones, yeah. He has a dev upgrade option, so need to get him some sort of stat other than a basic tackle. But we will get to all that in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, leave a thumbs up, comment. As the channel is small right now, I'm responding to probably 100% of the comments if you want to say something. So, yep, thank you all for watching. The rest of the episodes will not be this long. But yeah, we're going. Peace.